What's going on, everybody? Welcome to After Prison Show, and today I want to give you an update. I want to give you an update on the Johnny Bobbitt story we first mentioned in a video last week. I think it was last week. That was called When GoFundMe Goes Wrong. And if there has ever been a worser case of GoFundMe going wrong, I have yet to hear about it. But this particular case most certainly emphasizes all of that. GoFundMe going completely wrong. Again, last week I first told you the story about Johnny Bobbitt. I'm sure all of you have heard about this story by now. The homeless man, this couple, a guy by the name of Mark D'Amico and his girlfriend, a woman named Kate, set up a GoFundMe for this guy, and this thing went completely viral. It went dumb on the internet, y'all. This GoFundMe broke the internet. It went absolutely ham, turkey bone, insane. They raised over $400,000 for this guy. They gave this guy supposedly something like $75,000 where he used this to buy some kind of a car. He bought some kind of a camper. He bought some gifts for his family. And I'm pretty sure he also used some of this money to get high with, because there are some allegations and reports saying that this guy, was continuing to use drugs. And I think he's even getting ready to get into some kind of a treatment. Regardless of the situation, this couple put together this GoFundMe campaign. It went horribly wrong. And the reason it went horribly wrong was because of them, Mark D'Amico and Kate. Because these people took most of the money and used it for themselves. Now, since we first talked about this story, a lot of things have happened. And today especially, there's been a lot of late-breaking things going on with this. Sometime last week, there was a court hearing where the judge said that, Kate and Mark, they got to hand over all of this money. And they also said during court, they still have plenty of money left for Johnny Bobbitt. But that doesn't seem to be the case at all, because other stories would report that all of the GoFundMe money is gone. I'm having a hard time understanding how in the hell you spent $325,000. How you do that in this short amount of time? How you do that? I know they bought a BMW. They went on some lavish vacations as well. There was some gambling involved. Actually, you know what? The gambling solidifies everything. They probably blew all that money on the poker or crap table. Unbelievable. Some casinos probably got all of that money right now. And I've been talking about this story quite a bit on our Twitch streams, Kicking the Bobo. Again, if you're not rocking with those Twitch streams early in the morning, they're at like 9-10 Eastern Standard Time on Twitch, twitch.tv/AfterPrisonShow. Please come rock with us there. Because again, I've been talking about this story, and it was just this morning, today being Thursday, the kickoff of the NFL. But it was just today where I was talking about this story again, and I said that there was going to be a lot more that comes from this outside of just a civil lawsuit and Johnny Bobbitt suing these folks. I said, these people, they going to jail. Oh, Mark and Kate, you're going to jail. You're getting locked up. What you did is considered obtaining money under false pretenses. And we're not just talking about holding up a sign on the side of the road trying to get you $20 or $40 for the day. You got $400,000. And best believe when I tell you the federales, they're going to be picking this up. And you is going to jail. You're probably going up underneath the jail and probably even going to prison as well. And again, it's just this morning where I was saying that, criminal charges are most certainly going to come from this. I'm sort of feeling like Nostradamus right now because what has just transpired. I don't know if this was taking place right as we were talking about this during the live stream, but I know at some point today, police executed a search warrant and a raid at old Kate and Mark's house. Now, there's a lot of crazy things to tell you about right there. I'm sure you guys have seen this, but I just got to give you my 2 cents on it. I got to tell you. Now, there was something else that I said this morning on this live stream as well. And I said, GoFundMe, their cut of this $400K was $30,000. And I said, GoFundMe, they probably going to be mad about this. I know they're mad about this situation, but they probably are going to be the ones really pushing for this criminal prosecution. They're definitely going to push for this. Why? Because they got a $30,000 cut out of this, and they might have to give that money up. Well, a lot of people said, GoFundMe, they're not going to have to do that. And really, they don't have to do that. You're playing by their rules on their platform. This is how they do things. They get like 5-10% of whatever the pot is. GoFundMe didn't have to give up any money. But you know what? They did. They put $20,000 into an account that's been set up by Johnny Bobbitt's attorneys. So they done gave back almost all of the money that they got from this campaign. And they mad. They mad, y'all. They're going to be pushing for this criminal prosecution, and it's getting ready to happen. Mark my words. With the fact that just this morning, police executed this search warrant at Mark and Kate's house, I can guarantee you, this is a shoo-in. This is a sure thing. If this was Vegas and there were odds to bet on this, bet with me. Bet with me. We're going completely against the house, y'all. I guarantee they're going to be locked up. They're getting arrested. They are probably going to be arrested before this video goes up. We're filming this on Thursday, September the 6th. And before you see this video, it might be 2 days from when I'm actually filming this that you're actually seeing this video, I guarantee you they've been locked up. They've been arrested. And they're probably going to get a bond. They will get a bond. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to bond out. They might need to put them a GoFundMe campaign together to raise whatever that bail amount is going to be. But I can guarantee you, with police just executing the search warrant at their premises today, arrest warrants is on the way. They on the way. They going to jail. Now, when police executed this search warrant, this is absolute insanity. Police were there. There was like a whole bunch of people tweeting about this. I think the police were tweeting about this. They ended up seizing some things. There were pictures of, you could see like people coming out with bags. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's records. Maybe it's computers. Who knows what they got? But I know one thing. They hooked up that BMW Mark and Kate just bought recently to a tow truck, and they done seized that. That's going back. But you know what's crazy, and this is probably the craziest part of all of this. While police were executing the search warrant, the couple was home. Mark and Kate, they were both home. And while police were ransacking their house, hooking up their BMW to a tow truck, taking out bags of computers and probably paperwork and documents and bank statements and God only knows what else, probably guaranteed to be receipts as well. Mark, maybe trying to look not so guilty, maybe just, I don't know, maybe this is what he does when he's under pressure. Mark was sitting outside of his house. There's pictures to prove this video as well. Was sitting outside while police were all up in that house, hitting golf balls around in his yard. Mark was seen swinging a golf club and playing fetch with his dog outside the house. This dude was working on his stroke. This dude was working on that golf swing. While all the while, police are gathering up all the evidence they're going to need, including that BMW, those bank records, and receipts to prosecute your dumb ass. And I'm just trying to figure out what Mark's rationale for this was. Because you can guarantee there was all sorts of like news and media coverage of this entire situation taking place. And this dude is just seen to not have a care in the world. That one landed on the green. But look, had I never gone to prison, I've said this before, and this probably sounds horrible for me to say this, but had I never gone to prison, I'd have been a sergeant, lieutenant, corporal, captain, detective in the homicide, robbery, bullshit division. I would. That's what I'd have been. Or better yet, I'd have been on like, what's that TV show? Criminal Minds. The behavioral unit, the behavioral studies unit. I don't know what they call it, the BSU, something. What do they call that from Criminal Minds? Those people are part of like the something. But I see right through the ploy, Mark. I see right through it. See, you might want to appear and try to convey the image. You ain't got a care in the world just out there hitting them golf balls around and playing fetch with your dog. You might be trying to convey that, but I see right through it, and I'm sure most anybody else can see through this as well. Because I know damn well, while you're sitting out there trying to look like you ain't got a care in the world, carefree, he's probably hitting them golf balls around with some brand new clubs he done bought since this GoFundMe Gone Wrong campaign took place as well. But I can guarantee you, while he's out there trying to convey whatever type of image he is trying to convey to everybody who's watching this man is breaking to pieces on the inside. And if he's not, he's a sociopath, psychopath. Boy, you a good one, Mark. Because I'm trying to tell you, if you don't think you about to get locked up with your girlfriend, Kate, boy, you got another thing coming. You was a shoo-in to be getting locked up. And it's going to be happening. It's going to be happening in about 24 to 48 hours. I guarantee it. They don't need much else. They got everything that they need. They got everything that they need. You're going away. And you know, I said that they'll get a bond. They probably will. They probably have no record whatsoever, or maybe they do. Who knows? What I do know is, even if they do get the bond, whether or not they're able to make bond or end up having to sit in jail up until their trial and then when they get sentenced, because I can guarantee you they're getting found guilty, ain't gonna be no way around that. This is another prediction of mine, and y'all hold me to this, because I really feel strongly and confidently when I tell you this. When these people go to court and they get found guilty, which I guarantee is gonna happen, they're gonna get some time. I don't know how much time they're going to get, but I would say they probably going to get about 5 years apiece, if not more time. You obtained almost $500,000 under false pretenses. And if the feds don't pick this up, I don't even know if you would be better off in the Fed system. You might actually be better off in the federal system. I don't know. But I can guarantee you, whether you go to court state or whether you go to court in the feds, you two are going to end up with some prison time. So you know what I really should title this video is something more along the lines of, what are Kate and Mark going to be like in prison? Because that's a guarantee where they're going. You know, I wonder if you can actually put together a GoFundMe campaign while locked up. Oh, here's something crazy. I've actually done that myself. I have. You see, I'm no stranger to GoFundMe at all. I've had plenty of GoFundMe campaigns. Plenty. So when we put together the GoFundMe campaign for Danny and then they put those funds on hold, I was very appalled. And I know a lot of people said that, you know, GoFundMe was right to do that, especially with everything going on with Johnny Bobbitt, Kate, and Mark. They were right to do that. But, you know, I just felt some kind of, I felt a certain kind of way. I felt disrespected because I've never done anything nefarious. I've never done anything ill-intentioned dealing with this platform. I respect this platform for what it does. I know they take their cut. That's all fine and dandy. But I've always kept it above board anytime I've put together a campaign. And I know you're probably sitting here wondering, like, Joe, you said you put together a GoFundMe campaign while you were locked up. What was that all about? Well, I actually did. I did it through a prison pen pal, and I put together, I think, like a $500 GoFundMe campaign for art supplies. I know it sounds ridiculous, but you need some art. $500 worth of art supplies while you locked up, Joe? But I did. I really wanted to have all the art supplies while locked up. And, you know, that stuff ain't cheap. When you look at these catalogs where you could order things from, like, well, the art supplies, you know, the stuff that I wanted, it weren't cheap at all. I wanted some markers, and these markers were like $200 a set. So that's damn near half that money right there. But, you know, when I put this campaign together, I didn't raise that much money at all. I might have actually put it at $1,500 now that I think about it. It was somewhere between $500 and $1,500. But my game plan was, you know, hey, if you donate to this, I'll create a caricature for you. And I did. I might have raised maybe like $200, $250 at the very most. But I'm only telling you that because I know firsthand you can definitely put a GoFundMe together while you're locked up, so long as you got somebody on the outside who can do it for you. Matter of fact, now that I think about it, matter of fact, this joint just came to me. This joint just came to me. I think there's actually audio clips that were uploaded to YouTube from when I actually put this GoFundMe campaign together.
Raising these funds is important because reaching an even larger audience is very important. In fact, it might actually be the most important thing we can do right now. You know, I hear about all these other blogs like Opinionated Man and Story Shucker and how they have tens of thousands of fans and followers. And I think to myself, you know, we should be right up there with these guys. It's my own personal opinion that we have some pretty awesome content here on Joe Wright's Throne. I mean, certainly unique and original, right? One of a kind. I mean, where else are you going to find a blog about a guy in prison who was trying to do all he can to create for himself a better way and is able to convey that message through stories, raps, cartoons, and paintings? But that's just why I feel we deserve to reach an even larger audience. The real fact of the matter, why it's so important that we actually do reach this larger audience, well, that's because of what the future holds for Joe Wright's Throne. And it's having the largest fan and following base that we possibly can that will help increase the likelihood of those future plans being successful. And by the way, if those future plans are successful, then that'll mean I'll be successful. And then I'll really accomplish what I set out to do with Joe Wright's Throne originally. That was to chronicle my struggle to get through incarceration, all the while working towards something better than achieving that, and ultimately showing the world that just because someone is in prison, that doesn't mean they can't contribute something of value to the world from here.
Wowzer, boy, I had that prison accent going on strong in that. Yeah, that is almost embarrassing to have to relive and to share with you guys, but you know what? I had me a GoFundMe while I was locked up. Most certainly did. And how about that? You know, this phone call's right there from like at least 5 years ago when I was still locked up. Still talking with that prison accent. You know, I got a couple of questions with all of this as well. I posed some questions to all of you. And I hope you're not destroying me in the comment section right now because of those audio clips I just shared with you. Look, I know they're cringe AF. Oh boy, Joe, you learning the lingo these days. Cringe AF? Cringe AF, what does that mean? Air Force. I think I got me some Air Forces on right now. I do. It says AF right there. Nike as f. I got some questions for y'all. What do you think is going to happen with Mark and Kate? How much time do you think they deserve? Or do you even think they deserve to serve time locked up? Do you feel what they did was all that bad, all that wrong? Well, I'm going to be honest with you. What they did was absolutely horrible. That's my own personal opinion. But you can take that with a grain of salt. How much time do you think these folks are going to get, if any time at all? You know, I could be completely wrong about this. There's a good possibility they could end up with no time at all. However, this is a very, very high-profile case, and anytime a high-profile case ends up in front of a judge in a courtroom, they're going to be crying. There's going to be a public outcrying to give these people the max. So, you know, I said they're going to get about 5 years. They could very likely end up with a whole lot more time than that. Very likely. They could end up with a 10-piece, and I ain't talking about no chicken nuggets from McDonald's neither. Joe, you really got to work on the delivery of these jokes. So how much time do you think these folks is going to get? And also, I got one other question. How much money do you think Johnny Bobbitt is going to end up with when it's all said and done? They've given this guy $75,000 thus far. They still owe this guy $325,000. How much of this $400,000 you think he's going to get back? You think he's going to get it all back? You think he'll get more than $400,000? Maybe. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's another GoFundMe that's been put together since this by his lawyers. So maybe he ends up with more than the $400,000. I want to know what you guys think about those first two things, and there's one last thing I want to ask you guys about, and this is all jokes aside. All jokes aside, I'm very curious to know what you have to say about this. Johnny Bobbitt, a man who was homeless, a man who suffers from addiction, and a man that helped a woman. Supposedly, this could all be made up. But a man who helped a woman, I'm probably horrible for saying that, but I have to be the devil's advocate here. A man who helped a woman who broke down and ran out of gas in a bad part of town, gave her the last $20 out of his pocket to get gas for her. Do you think by time all of this is said and done, by time Mark and Kate are sitting in prison with 15 years, by time Johnny Bobbitt has been given close to $400,000 that's been recovered from this GoFundMe gone wrong, do you think that Johnny Bobbitt is going to lead a successful, productive life? Do you think he'll be able to overcome addiction? Do you think he'll be able to put these funds to good use to help him sustain some sort of meaningful, productive life out here? Very curious to know what you guys think. And I'm going to go ahead and give you my answer to that question right there. And all I can say is I got no idea. I've dealt with people who have been knee deep in addiction, and I've seen that not go right at all. In fact, I've seen that go very wrong. You guys know from a GoFundMe we did in the past. I mean, that's a perfect example of that. However, in this man's case, because I don't know the first thing about this guy, all I know about this dude is what I've read from the media. I wish this dude nothing but success. I hope this man is able to take whatever money is recovered from this situation and do something amazing with himself. And I hope he's able to get beyond the drug addiction. I really, truly do. You know, everybody deserves to have a chance at life. And some people, they get a bigger break than others, and some people, they don't get no break at all. But you know what? This man has been given a big break. And though there is a lot of dark, stormy clouds that just surround everything dealing with this good deed GoFundMe gone wrong with this guy, things are most certainly going to improve. He is going to end up with a substantial amount of money, and he is most certainly going to be in a position where he can make one hell of a life for himself. And I truly hope that's what he's able to do. So again, I want to hear what all of you guys think. I do hope that you enjoyed this video. Please comment down below. Let me know exactly what you guys think. Leave a like on this video too if you enjoyed this video. If you didn't, I do apologize for that. But as always, until next time, enjoy life, the free world. Never take a moment for granted, and make the most of every day. Peace!